Hey, so pretty much every one of us feel like something is missing, right? Most of us don't know what it is, but we feel like we're not whole, we're not complete, like we're searching for our purpose or meaning or the thing that's going to fix us. And the funny thing is that this is the sole thing that drives consumerism in our world because in search for this thing that is missing within us all, we're buying things to try and fill this hole. And it works for a little while, okay? If you get a new shirt or a new car or a new house or whatever, then you do feel really good for a while, right? And depending on what it was and how much you wanted it and how excited you are to get it, then this thing might make us feel whole for a day or a week, a month even, or longer. But it's always going to wear off. Okay, it's a band-aid for your problem. It's temporary. It's not the fix. Just like you can't, if you need stitches on something, you can't stick a band-aid on it and fix it, right? Like it might hold for a little bit. I don't know. This is a terrible analogy. It's just the only thing I come up with at the very moment. But what's really missing is a piece of ourselves. Okay, that's the secret. And if every one of us realized this and knew that we can't look outside of ourselves to find wholeness, that it's already within us, then consumerism would die overnight. Okay, they're all marketing towards our wants, our needs, our emotions, our feelings when we're trying to close this hole within us with their stuff, or they want us to close the hole within us with their stuff. And I feel like I'm talking in circles. Uh, Moving on. So, how you actually fix this hole is to look within and to treat yourself as a whole. And what I mean by that is we are all multi-dimensional beings. We're not. We are a mind, a body, and a soul. And even Ayurveda gets into deeper levels than that I'm not going to go into today. But just the mind, body, spirit, the superficial wholeness that we have of this, most of us don't treat ourselves as that multi-dimensional being. We don't address all levels of who we are. We may work really awesome with exercise and eating habits, and we may take care of our body great, but we don't read any books, or we don't meditate, we don't have any sort of spiritual practice. Or some of us may be incredibly spiritual, where all we do is meditate and play with crystals and pray and whatever, but we don't take care of our bodies like we should, or we don't socialize like we should, or we may socialize too much, so we're not taking care of our bodies or our spirits, or like there's all sorts of imbalances that we could go on about forever with the examples. But look within you and figure out which part of you is not getting enough attention. And just from what I've told you right now, you might already be able to pinpoint it. You may be like, well, crap, you're right. I spend a lot of time on social media, which is, the mind, which can be negative or positive. So when we're feeding these aspects of ourselves, you really want to make sure that you're getting positive care and stimulation of these things. Like social media, for example, can be really positive. I know for myself in particular, if I didn't have social media, I would feel very alone in this world. So, but there's also a big negative aspect of social media. It gives us a lot of negative media. Like in and of itself, the news is very anxiety rising or stress inducing. And then people can be mean and just, a lot of things. A lot of things, social media can be bad, but it can also be good. Point of story, if make sure you're getting a lot of positive things in your mind, body, and spirit. Our world is very physical, and because it's become so physical, because over the centuries we've had to survive as a species, that the spiritual aspects lost their importance. But thankfully we're gaining back that importance. But so many of us, that if we can't see it, feel it, touch it, with our hands and like physically pick it up, then we don't think it exists. But science is evolving to where, or progressing to where, a lot of our spiritual aspects are beginning to meld with science, which is amazing and wonderful. So I really do feel like we will get to a point where we can prove a lot of this stuff, which a lot of it already has a lot of studies and experiments and whatever that's been given evidence to some of these things. But check out Spirit Science if you've never heard that. It's a YouTube channel. Go check that out after you like and subscribe to mine. But yeah, are you taking care of your spirit? Okay, are you meditating? Which meditation can be spirit or mind? They overlap in some places. But the important thing is that you're treating yourself as a well-rounded individual. And when you start exploring your needs on these different levels and really get into what you're lacking, like, do you need more mental stimulation? Do you need more, does your body need some care? Does your spirit need some attention? Then you'll start to feel more whole, and the gap within you will start to close and become smaller, and you'll find yourself happier, more content. You'll come closer to finding your purpose in this world, which is what we all really love to do, right? Is find our purpose. But yeah, so there's a whole blog post coming tomorrow, or linked below, depending on when you found this video. Like, subscribe, and check out the next one.